Alrighty. It looks like we are live. That's what the red light says. It is good to be here with y'all. I'm just going to pop over to the other screen here, make sure that things are working. All right, I see me. Delayed. All right. And yes, looks like I'm just going to assume I'm going to keep an eye on the chat as much as I can. And it looks like the latency, I set the latency to super low because I want things to be as interactive as possible here. So let's just, I'm going to assume everything is good. You see me and you can hear me and everything's good. Excellent. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone. Hey, Ride Puppet is here. Everybody is here. What's up, Esperanto Variety Show? Hello, Bad Karma. Harley, Lily Tree, Eddie, I see you. All right. Hey, not going to bury the lead on this one. So the whole point of this, other than to hang out with y'all and to do some fun stuff after this first opening stuff, I want to tell you how you can get an entire year of creativity and content coaching from yours truly and some other high-level creatives. And that is the whole thing. That is the whole point of what we're doing here. I want you to be able to get that. So we're going to jump into that right away and then going to take your questions later and some other fun stuff too. So if you've been around Story Greenlight for a while, you might remember actually a year plus, was it 2 years ago? I used to do these live streams fairly regularly. And in one of them, I remember talking about the idea and the process of creativity. And Amanda Palmer she's a gal who she is literally a rock star. She's a musician, singer-songwriter, has a band, tours all around. She was the first person to ever crack the $1 million Kickstarter line in the sand, and she is incredible in engaging her community. She has a book called The Art of Asking. And that came after she did she did a TED Talk that got millions and millions of views. And she talked in her book, The Art of Asking, about the idea of creativity and how the idea of creativity involves us living our lives and collecting life experiences in the way that we might consider we're collecting dots. So each dot is one life experience, one experience in our life. And then what the idea of creativity is the idea of connecting these dots in different ways that sometimes people do expect, some people don't expect. And so then after that, you share the connections with others. So this right here, what we're in the middle of right now is an idea of doing that. But instead of doing it with YouTube content, I'm doing this with online business models. I will explain more on that in a minute. So to set this up, over the last week or so, I've been talking about a free YouTube masterclass called How to Create Your Ultimate Content on YouTube with Any Size Audience. Now, many of you have already seen this. In fact, I'm just going to assume that the bulk of you have. In case you haven't, here's a super, super brief recap of what it's about. It is a 90-minute presentation talking about the big picture of content creation and how to wrap our heads around it, so you can move past feeling frustrated or stuck or wondering what you're missing to coming to a place of confidence, knowing the path forward for you as a creator and you creating your ultimate content. Now, the presentation is heavy on the head knowledge and the understanding, but actually making that happen requires doing. So at the end of the YouTube Masterclass, I gave an opportunity to join the flagship coaching program that we do here at Story Greenlight called the Creative Edit. And basically, it's a small group coaching experience. It's not a course. It's an experience that people go to. I originally started it 5 years ago when I was coaching young assistant editors and editors who wanted to do what I do for my day job, just be a full-time a full-time editor of broadcast television or film. And so I then, after doing that, it was in person, I did that in LA. multiple rounds, and then I did it virtually and had students in LA and Boston and New York. And then I became a YouTuber, and I said, hey, we should take these ideas and put them together with what I now have learned and what I'm continuing to learn as a YouTuber, tweak all those ideas, put them together. And the feedback from recent rounds of the creative edit here at Story Greenlight has been incredibly positive. People are talking about, I'm thinking about things differently. I love getting specific feedback on how to improve, multiple aha moments, all kinds of good stuff. So basically what it is, it's 4 live sessions with teaching, Q&A with me based on 20 years of content creation in Hollywood, plus being an active YouTuber too. And just so you know, the first session starts Saturday, as in 2 days from now. So the time to register is running short. The time, the cutoff is actually tomorrow noon Pacific time. So that's just, well, I don't do time well in my head. It's very soon. It's very soon. So so the first session of 4 sessions is coming up this Saturday. It is a small group, so everyone will get super personalized interaction. Everyone gets access to a private members group where we can interact with each other and post what we're working on. You get assignments to put these ideas into action, and you get practice footage. We'll be using practice footage, and also you can use your own footage. But the cool thing about using practice footage is you actually get to see what other people do with the same material, which you almost never ever get to see. It's an incredibly rare perspective, and your mind, once you get the opportunity to see what other people do with the same content, it's amazing. It's super, super cool. I love that part. Get 24/7 access on device, and past members, these other coaching groups have paid $2,000 for this. So I'd put in some extra content for that just to make the deal even sweeter. The first bonuses that I talked about and that you know about if you've been seeing the masterclass, it is I have an online course that I sell for $149. It's the 27 questions to craft the perfect video course, and it helps you apply the big picture thinking to your own stuff. It's specifically drilling down so you can apply it to your stuff. Usually it's $149, got it available to you for free. Now the second thing is a bonus training that I did for Tim Schmoyer's Video Labs, private training for talking about how to edit your content for better audience retention, because if you can get people to watch longer and watch more, YouTube loves that. More people see your stuff. The algorithm gods smile on you, and everyone goes home happy. So to access that, normally you'd have to be part of Video Labs, which costs a minimum of $2,000. You can get that for free. And then the other thing is I'm seriously downplaying the role of any one-on-one consultations that I do anymore. I hardly ever do them anymore. If people ask me on the street what my rate is $500 per session. For people who join the Creative Edit, I'm throwing in a session with me, one-on-one, redeemable within 1 year for free. So doing that, getting all that stuff together, there's a total value of $4,600, and you can get started. If this is something that you feel is a fit for you, you can get started right now for $172 or save even more with a full pay of $597, and you can go to starttce.com to get started. Now, registration on this closes Friday at noon Pacific time, and to lock in your spot, as I said, you want to go to starttce.com. So that's the quick quick review on that. Now, the main pushback that I've been getting, other than, by the way, now that I'm thinking of it, I saw your email, Lilytree. I think you were the one who had said that you're concerned about the sessions interfering with the holidays. Sessions are actually scheduled so that they will be done before Thanksgiving. Now, if that helps, I think I specifically timed things so I know the holidays get kind of crazy. We will be done before the holidays. We will be done before Thanksgiving. Now, the main pushback beyond that I've been getting is the idea of price on this stuff. And people say, I would love to work with you, or like they go through the creative ed and they say, I would love to keep working with you. Do you have anything that's more affordable? Now, to me, that usually means one of two things. 1 second here. It usually means one of two things. Number one, it means I have fallen short on making clear what the value of this is. Because, you know, if I were to say, would you buy this hard drive for $1,000? Most of you would say, no. Unless that sucker is gold-plated, absolutely not. $1,000 is a lot of money for just this one rugged hard drive. But if I said, so if at that point, would you say, is $1,000 a lot of money? For this? Absolutely. But what if I told you, I have a Lamborghini and it's brand new, just like drive it off the showroom, I can give it to you for $1,000. At that point, is $1,000 a lot of money? Well, of course not. I mean, anyone would scrape and scrimp and pinch $1,000 together so you can get that free Lamborghini. And at the very least, you'd flip it for a crazy profit. So what I wanted to do, there's that. I've not been clear on what the value is, so I want to ramp that up. The other thing is that you might have a legitimate desire to learn and grow, and you legitimately just don't have access to the funds for that or the time right now, both of which I totally get. So I've been thinking about how to address both points, how to make joining the Creative Edit an absolute no-brainer value-wise, but also to offer something that's super affordable. So I have something here that for the right person is going to be absolutely incredible. So here's where creativity comes in. I was planning to finish this promotion of the Creative Edit, focus on fulfilling the sessions and and helping the students and getting everyone the results that we've been promising, and then do a launch for another thing in a little bit, like maybe a couple months later or in the new year or something like that. And my brain has been working on how to combine these two promotions. And I got a brainstorm yesterday. So here's what I'm doing. Here's what I the two. It's creativity in action. Here we go. So here's how we're doing. People constantly ask me, hey Jeff, can you review my video? Hey Jeff, can you check out my channel? Can I pick your brain over coffee? I'm just like, most of the time it's like, I would love to, and I just can't, because doing all that, my time is getting more, especially since the second kid came along. Let me tell you, my time is just completely squeezed. And so I have to be very careful about what I say yes to, because saying yes to things means I have to say no to other stuff, usually important stuff. So, but then if I can, I was been saying, if I can figure how to do these kind of things on behalf of a bunch of people rather than just one person at a time, then it can start to make sense for me. So I've been thinking about starting a monthly membership for a long time now. And it's just now making sense to me on how I can make it work so that it will be valuable for you and affordable for you, while still being manageable for me. So here's what I'm thinking. Here is what I'm thinking. I am, as of right now, I'm going to start a monthly membership community. So let the record reflect, I am hereby committing to starting this. This is happening. I'm going to do this. It is so new, it does not even have a name yet. I would love to have you help me with that in a minute. Now, I have one of the things that I've learned over my years is that the last thing that I want to do is spend a whole bunch of time working on something that doesn't fit what you're looking for and is not helpful for you. So I have a bunch of ideas of what it could look like and what it could be and what it would do. But I don't even want to nail that down before getting input from you. So, having said that, I got some ideas. First of all, definitely doing video reviews. And so this would not be a guarantee that it would be anyone. Just like you get instant access to me and you can say, hey, review my video, and just at the drop of a hat. There'd have to be a vetting process. Somehow we'd figure out how to make something work like that. Live Q&A video calls, it would definitely be interaction. There would definitely be some interaction there, so we can be, just get more connected as a community, because just typing comments on YouTube or sending emails or whatever, or even just engaging on Facebook, it's just not the same thing as when we see each other face to face and we talk, even if it's virtually. So it would definitely involve involve video calls. Then I've also been thinking about ways to do. Thinking about ways to talk about some of my past broadcast work. It's tough to figure out how to. It's been tough for me to figure out how to do that without getting lawyers angry and annoyed at me. So I have a way that I think that would work, and I could actually have pieces of broadcast stuff that I've cut for major network television shows. But then I could actually reference that, and we could talk about and analyze that inside the group without running afoul of any non-disclosure agreements that I've signed. So there's that. Also, analysis of current YouTube pieces, my stuff, maybe some other people's stuff. And we could do some guest appearances. We could do interviews with non-YouTube creatives. I have met so many cool people over the years. I have a buddy of mine. He is currently on the road. He was currently on the road touring, promoting his. He's a singer-songwriter. He is promoting his first album. He just got written up in Rolling Stone. And the idea would be how to, what does the creative process look like for people outside the world of YouTube? Because this is one of the key ways that creativity works. It's collecting all those different dots, how Amanda Palmer was talking about in her book. It's about connecting all those dots in different ways, and you have to curate your influences, because if the only thing you ever do is watch the same YouTube channels all the time, your perspectives will be limited. That's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. So, I have musician friends. I have a songwriter friend. She is a full-time songwriter, and you can find all kinds of her stuff on places like Artlist. She decided not to take the deal with Epidemic Sound because she wanted more control than they were willing over her own music than they were willing to give her. But anyway, she just the creative process of what it's like to be a full-time songwriter, and you do this every day. I have friends who are writers. They write screenplays for TV and film. I have some friends who they are directing a feature film for a major Hollywood studio right now. So that's some other stuff. That's some other stuff that I've been thinking about. I would love to be able to talk about the creative process with them and share that with you. So, but the thing is, no matter how this turns out, here's what it's going to be at its core. It is going to be a monthly membership with community that gives you feedback and encouragement and new ideas to help you grow in your creativity and your content creation for an affordable price. So, as of right now, the As of Unnamed membership community can be joined by founding members for $49 a month. And and just as a point of reference, you pay more for your TV every month, or for or for internet. And you certainly pay more than that in gas, assuming your car uses gasoline and not electricity or hydrogen or whatever. There are a lot of electric cars out here in LA, but I tell you, and one of the main reasons is I cannot fill up my car with gas at all for under $50 once. It's getting kind of crazy. So here's the thing. That's what I'm planning on offering it to the, to the Story Greenlight community for $49 a month. But here's the thing. If you are on the fence with joining the Creative Edit, where registration again closes tomorrow noon Pacific time, here's what I'm thinking. Adding in a year of the membership for free. Want to get all that stuff, and I actually didn't update that before I output it. That total value there of $46.49 or whatever, that is understated. You just add about $600 to that, and that's what the value would become right there. And that is how to get a full year of content and creativity coaching for free. Now, that's the idea. That's what I'm thinking. Switching over to do 7 degrees of Jeff. Let's check out. Let's just check back in with y'all. Let's see. All right. Born 100 years too late. Been watching your video on your website. Not done yet. Don't take it down yet. Well, born 100 years too late. The video is up, available for 9 more hours. So there you go. That'll be happening. I have publicly promised that that's coming down at the very end of today. So FYI. Esperanto Variety Show says, I've seen the TED Talk and wonder if Jeff suggested it. I very well might have, but it's entirely possible that YouTube suggested it. Let's see. Okay, Lily Tree, that's all good. I hear you. Well, if it's business, then yeah, definitely you're ramping up for the holidays, and I'm sure it is crazy right now. Totally get that. Esperanto, can I pick your brain over a very big coffee? Dude. So let's see. Ride Puppet. Awesome, you're in. Fantastic. Very cool. Esperanto, you drive a hard bargain, my friend. That's not my aim to drive a hard bargain. I'm just looking to offer more options to see what fits for people. So, to reiterate, this is what I'm thinking. All this here. The first session for this starts this Saturday, and registration closes on Friday at noon Pacific time. I do not currently have another round of the Creative Edit scheduled. I could very well end up just focusing on this group membership and seeing how we can make this grow and expand and have an even farther reach. This is just one of those things. I have adjusted and tweaked the ways that things are moving forward more times than I can count. So if you are feeling like the Creative Edit is a fit for you, now's the time. Now's the time. And if you want to get a year of creativity and coaching for free, then if you want this, then the only way to do that is to sign up for the Creative Edit before noon on Friday Pacific time, because once noon Friday hits, registration closes to the Creative Edit. And so to do that, to get on board, go to starttce.com. Now, here's the thing. If you are serious about growing in your content creation and you can't justify the investment or the schedule for the Creative Edit, which is totally legit, I totally respect that either way. You can also join as a founding member for the unnamed membership right now for $49 a month. And the way that you do that right now is to send an email to support@storygreenlight.com with the subject line founding member, and we will get you set up. Now, again, this is not just open to anyone. membership is going to be closed to the general public, except for just a handful of times throughout the year. So if you want to move yourself and you're creating forward, now is the time. Now, so either join the Creative Edit and you can get a year of the content coaching and the membership in the community for free, or you can join the membership itself. And for right now, for $49 a month, and to get started, go to starttce.com before noon, Friday Pacific time, and when registration closes for both TCE and actually, I take that back. I'm not going to say that we're going to close, that we're going to totally shut down registration for the membership group tomorrow, because I think that would be unfair for people who are just starting to hear about it. But the Creative Edit is going to be shutting down registration because it's starting on Saturday and we need to get this show moving for those who have already joined. So that's the deal. That's what's happening. I'm going to put that up and let that sit for a moment while I check in with y'all in the comments. Okay, cool. So, yeah, the whole idea, Thomas, is to give as many options as possible to people who for whatever fits with your schedules and all that kind of a thing. So that's the idea. That's what I'm going. And now, here are some questions. What should we call this thing? So I started brainstorming some ideas, and I came up with a few of them, but thought maybe Story Greenlight Creator Society, the Creative Society, call it the Story Greenlight Creative Membership, and that's nope, that's absolutely not going to be happening. That's not going to be that's not good. The Creator Club or the Creator Squad, which as soon as I thought of that, I'm like, meh, this is not the Dope Squad. This is probably not. Just the vibe that I get of Story Greenlight community, it's like we're typically not the folks looking for our squad or our crew or our fam. So, what do you think? What do you think would be a good name for this? Something to throw that out there. What's Update says the Green Room. Damn. That could be really cool. Okay, let's talk more about this. Let's see. What's provided for the unnamed? This says Reimagining Star Wars. Hey, Reimagining Star Wars, I don't know if you have been here for the whole stream, but basically the answer is I have some ideas of things that we can do that will involve video reviews and live video Q&A hangout stuff, and maybe some guest appearances, but it's all very much I'm getting +1s for the Green Room. I think that's kind of cool. Brain going multiple different directions. But the thing is, Reimagining Star Wars, it's not going to be something that I'm going to just say, this is what it's going to be, because it's all about what's going to be most helpful to you. So we're gonna figure this out over the next bit here. So people seem to like the Green Room. That is, I get a grin on my face. That's kind of cool. Like that's kind of like when I was when I first got this idea to say, hey, I've been thinking about this membership thing for a long time, and I think now's the time to do it. And I was telling Chantel, my wife, that yesterday morning, and I got this grin on my face as I was telling her about it, and she's like, okay, all right, that's cool. And so yeah, it's kind of like what I always say when I give advice to people when you're looking at dailies or footage for the first time. is that you need to be very careful about what your initial reactions are when you're first watching down a piece or when you're first watching down your raw materials. Because, yeah, I'm just reimagining Star Wars says we could all be roomies. That sounds amazing. Mark Elmer also likes the green room. What's up, dude? Mark Elmer is a longtime friend of mine. He is. We actually were editing. We were both editing on this past season of American Ninja Warrior. So Mark kind of knows what he's doing. Howdy. But what I was saying about the initial reactions to screenings and playing down sequences, your first reaction is always the most genuine one, because as editors and as creators, that is the closest we will ever be to being the audience. And so when you watch something down and it makes you laugh out loud the first time you see it, that's a big deal, because when you're done working with it and you've watched it 30 times and you don't even know if it's funny or not anymore, lean on that first reaction. So sitting here looking at, can you put a link to the site here in the chat? Orlando at the Rivera Group, the place to go is go to www.starttce.com. Does that show up as a link? Is that a clickable link? I'll add in all the things. starttce.com. How about that? Oh, there's the underline. That should link up for you. So, yeah, I'm kind of digging the idea of the green room. It's the it's kind of an because the exclusive place gets it's kind of an exclusive place where only the privileged few get in, and it's a place where you can just hang out and relax before you're ready to put on a show. Are you kidding me? That's perfect. I'm not going to pull the trigger on it right now, but I can find all sorts of reasons why that would be cool. Tonsil Tamer, do early members of TC3 get access to all these cool bonuses too? Absolutely. You sign up for the Creative Edit. Oh, and by the way, the 3, that's basically me saying, just for point of reference, that's season 3. We've done the Creative Edit 3 times this year. So yes, you join the Creative Edit season 3 before registration closes tomorrow, and all those bonuses are going to be coming your way. So if you're seeing this right now and you are already on board with the Creative Edit, all this stuff is getting added to you. So that's what's going on. So that's cool. Who came up? Yes, Lily Tree, the grin when he knows something is right. Yes, exactly. Who first came up with the green room? Right on. What's up, date? That's cool. That's cool. Let's see. So yeah, that's what's going on. Now, Tonsil Tamer, I just realized that we could also call the back room at church the green room. This is true. You know, I play in the house band at my church about once a month, and so we meet back there about 10 minutes before the first music set. Before the meeting starts, to just to gather and pray and all that. And yeah, 100%. It is the green room, just without the snacks, because green rooms are known for having crazy cool stuff. Especially the bigger the talent, the more the larger the following of the talent, the more involved their talent writers tend to be. If you are familiar with the idea of a talent writer, it's a contract that, fill in the blank. When Mariah Carey is one of those people who's known for having crazy requirements in her talent rider. Things like, I must have a room filled with nothing but fresh white lilies and white carpet, and it shall be touched by no one except Ms. Carey herself. Yeah, just stuff like that. Things that you're like, really? Really? Yes, Esperanto. Yes, Thomas. M&Ms with one color removed. That was a legit thing. And I don't know if you're saying this because you know that I wrote a blog post about that. Like way back in the day. Van Halen, Eddie Van Halen, was known for having a talent rider that seemed on the surface to be super picky. And the reason that he did that, this clause that said, it came to be known as the M&M clause. You had to have a bowl of M&Ms with all the brown M&Ms removed, and had to be available in the green room at all times. And Eddie Van Halen specifically buried that clause in the middle of this 30-page concert contract to make sure that everything was taken care of. And he knew that if someone paid enough attention to take care of that, and he could walk into his dressing room or his green room, and he could see that these M&Ms were there the way they were supposed to be, then he knew that he could be confident that they knew what they were doing, and they weren't going to build a stage that was going to collapse or run electricity that was going to electrocute him or his band. But the thing is, if Van Halen walked into his dressing room and he found brown M&Ms in his bowl, he literally started trashing the room and behaving like a rock star. Or I don't know if he trashed the room, but he insisted on a line-by-line review of everything. So no. Sometimes, Tonsil Tamer, sometimes people are power tripping just because they can and they feel like they can do it. But other times, like Van Halen, it's for a very specific purpose, because he wants to know that the people running the venue are paying attention to details. So that I'm slowly talking myself into just saying that this is going to be the green room. How cool is that? Esperanto Variety Show. No, I'm still excited about Donald Trump tweeting about Esperanto. MSNBC did a piece referencing Esperanto in the M&M clause. Interesting. Cool. All right. Hey Harley, looking forward to hanging out with you very soon. Good stuff, man. Looking forward to it. So, all right, folks. So here is a Thomas said not the green M&M robes. Okay, fair enough. All right. So just to recap here. So unless you have any other questions, if you have any other questions, let's wrap them. Let's drop them in here, because we're going to wrap this up fairly quickly. So to recap, if you have been on the fence about joining the Creative Edit, now is the time. Registration is closing tomorrow at noon Pacific. If you go to starttce.com, there's a countdown timer, and that'll tell you exactly how much time you have in your different time zone, wherever you happen to be around the world. Now, if you want to get all the bonuses that I've been talking about with the Creative Edit, plus an entire year of membership of the Story Greenlight community, tentatively known as the Green Room. Screw it. That's what it is. It's the Green Room. I love it. This is going to be good. You see the grin on this face? I love it. That's perfect. So if you want to get in on all these bonuses, plus a year of membership to the Green Room, damn it, that's perfect. Yes. The answer is yes. Then you need to sign up by tomorrow noon Pacific time. And if you do want to join the now named The Green Room community, you can send an email, support@storygreenlight.com, and with a subject line founding member, and that will get you hooked up to be a founding member at $49 a month. And in terms of what it is, what the Green Room is, talked about that a couple times throughout the stream here, but the upshot is it's going to be whatever you and I decide is going to be the most helpful for you while still being manageable for me. I'll give you a hint. It will not involve me spending lots of time on Facebook. Just not going to happen. So the group might be hosted on Facebook. It might be hosted somewhere else. We'll see, but we'll figure that out. And so we're figuring out, these are some of the ideas that I've thought about for things happening. If you have any ideas, definitely feel free to drop an e-line. Good grief. Let's talk normal English, dude. If you have any ideas about what you think would be super helpful for the Green Room, then drop me an email at that same address and this. So that is the deal. That is the deal. What's Update should get free lifetime access. Let's see. What's Update should definitely get some love for coming up with that. I'll figure it out. What's Update? Could you could you send me an email, support@storygreenlight.com, and say, hey, what are my goodies for coming up with the name of the Green Room? And we'll figure something out for you. All right, folks, that is the deal. What's Update says, just glad to help. Awesome. Appreciate it. That is the deal. That's what's going on, and that is all that we have for now. So that's what's going on. Once again, the place to go is starttce.com to jump in on the creative edit. Otherwise, to join the Green Room, you want to send an email to support@storygreenlight.com, subject line founding member. So that is what's going on, and it is good to be with you guys, and looking forward to seeing you more. So be well. We'll talk with you soon.